show you a couple ideas here on rock walls or brick walls for your game piece. Staring at a little screen here, and there's something in the middle. I don't know what the heck that is. Hey, anyways, I think that was countdown. I don't know how I got that turned on. Anyways, I'm showing you some rock wall, miniature little rock wall, brick walls type effect for. Now these ones are 15 mil. This one here is actually 25 mil, but they're all good examples. Okay. Here, I'll put this here. Now this first one, what it was is a toy piece of plastic, you know, those soldier plastics. Okay. And what I did was I actually stuck it in plasticine, and then I poured. In this case, I poured that poly resin stuff, which I don't like. I don't use much anymore. It's too hard to paint. Okay, I like hydrocal. Okay, so and then on this piece here, I actually sort of broke off little bits of it. Okay, and then I just cast these little sections and put it in between some wooden posts that I sort of detailed with I don't know, either an old bolt. It looks like I used a wire brush on those ones, and then painted all rocks. Okay, so that's one method of doing it. The other method is taking something like foam board, you know, that white foam board stuff with the paper on each side. Okay, and what you can do is you can peel back some of the paper, and then kind of hard to tell. Try a little bit steady there for you. Maybe we need focus. Yeah, that's what you need. Okay, so you take some of the, well, not this stuff, but the white foam board. I don't need helping at all. There we go. I guess that's better. Okay, and I've peeled off the paper, and then I've cut it with a knife and drawn on it with a pencil to make little bricks. Okay, you can leave part of the paper on. Okay, and it looks like it's kind of like plaster building, you know, or something coating over the bricks if you want. Okay. Takes a little while to do, you know. You can cut off little bits of brick and leave them down there. See that on the ground? Okay, so that's 15 mil scale. These are what I normally do. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so these are real rocks. Okay, and it's actually just a real rock wall. Okay, here's a 15 mil scale guy, just so you can see the size. Okay, and how I do that, zoom back out here. Okay, basically I take a piece of wood and I've glued on strips on here to the thickness of the wall I want to make. Okay, so in this case these are about 1/4 inch high. Okay, and I've glued them on so that I've got a space in between. Okay, and what you do is you lay a piece of, the wind's picking up here, so it's going to be really noisy. This time I will try to talk louder. Okay, so anyways, you put saran wrap over top of this. Okay, and kind of force it down in there a little bit. Okay, and then this is going to be your mold. I've blocked the ends up with just some plasticine. Just give me ends here. Okay, what is this, foot long? Okay. Anyways, whatever you've got on hand. Okay, and then what I do is I take, in this case, I actually take sand and stuff, and I run it through a little filter until I've got, or a coarse screen, so that I can separate out all the different sizes of rock in the sand. These ones are, well, same size as this. Hey, what are they? 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, something like that. Hey, rock walls. These are all different rocks. Hey, if you go through sand down at the beach or something like that, you can find lots of these. Another good spot for this is after a rainstorm, right at the corners of like driveways and stuff. The rainwater tends to wash stuff down, and if you look at where the water is receded, it'll be graded in all different little levels of rocks. Eh? So you just kind of go work your way up the thing to wherever size you want and scoop those up, put them in a tin can, take them home, bake them in the oven for a bit. Okay, so that's what I've done there. And I take those little rocks and I put it, I'm not going to actually show you, but use some Weld Bond white glue because it dries nice and clear, no milky finish to it, it'll dry perfectly clear. Put it in a bucket, add a handful of the rocks, stir them up, and then take a putty knife and just spread them inside your groove, okay, on top of the saran wrap. let that harden, pop them out, and then you can use them for, in this case here I've stuck it on, you know, what is that, about 1.5 inches wide. Makes really nice rock walls because they're actually real, okay? If you can't find little rocks for some reason, kitty litter works really good too. And then kitty litter, you can add a little bit of color to it in with your white glue, and it'll soak into the kitty litter and stain them all that. The nice thing about using real ones is then they're all different colors, okay? You know, the kitty litter comes out one color, and then you got to kind of touch it up with different colors if you want. Anyways, that's how I do really small rock.